All right. So I didn't normally use, okay, now I see the live stream started. Okay, we're good. So Julio, can you do roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Laughlin.
Here.
Ms. Laughlin is present. Mr. Siegel.
Here.
Siegel's present. Mr. Sykes.
Here.
Sykes present. Ms. Roig.
Here.
Ms. Roig is present. Mr. Gunther.
Here.
Mr. Gunther is present. Mr. Vallone.
Here.
Mr. Vallone is present, and Mr. Smith and Mr. Brooks are absent.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we will, the first item is to approve the meeting minutes of June 13 and June 21st. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second, Carol. Any edits, corrections, comments? Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. So we now, Jen, you want to take us through the quarterly financial report?
Sure. So again, these are presented in the same format as the IDA quarterlies. So we have a balance sheet that shows our balances at 12/31/21 and then 3/31 and 6/30 of 22. In keeping with the request of the board relating to the IDA financials, I pulled out the Monticello Industrial Park option escrow. So you'll see $30,000 at the bottom there. That's now $60,000 because just last week we received the second option extension payment. So we're holding now $60,000, which will be applied to the purchase price if and when Monticello Industrial Park LLC purchases the landfill expansion parcel. Otherwise, not a lot of changes from last quarter. Our notes receivable went down during the first quarter because we had a couple of Millennium loans paid off. So we have 5 active Millennium revolving loans now. That's about it for the balance sheet. Profit and loss is again shown as a compared to our budget and as a percentage of budget. The HVADC expense is on the agenda for today, the $25,000 payment for services for the coming year. Nothing else really noteworthy on the financials unless anyone has questions.
Okay, so we'll move on now to new business. So we do have a resolution before us related to the funding of HVADC, but I believe we also have an update that Todd is going to go over. And I know Jen sent that out this morning. So hopefully you guys saw that amidst the many, many documents that were attached to Jen's email. But Todd, do you want to take us through an update of HVADC?
Sure. Appreciate that. I'll be brief. I know the update we sent out is fairly thorough and goes into 7-8 pages. But I really just wanted to focus on some specifics of projects we worked on in the last year directly in Sullivan County, and then also some larger scale regional and even national projects that have potential benefit for Sullivan producers, the Sullivan food system, and the potential market that we've been discussing, not only internal, but also external to the county. We've first off want to start by thanking the partnership and its mothership of the IDA and the relationship that we've had, and also acknowledge that, without that, we wouldn't be going on almost a dozen years of working together regionally as an economic development nonprofit that focuses solely on food and agriculture in the Hudson Valley. I just want to focus on a few businesses in particular. First off, Murray's Chicken. We partnered with the Sullivan County IDA and Funding Corp, and actually were able to loan money through our New York State JDA program, Job Development Authority program, to help them address some issues and secure critical infrastructure and equipment to keep their operation running. Just again, Julio and Jen and Walter working together on that. I think that was a great opportunity for us to support and match what you guys have. And then also another large facility that is in the works, which is meat processing, both red meat pork, beef, etc., but also poultry. And with that, we were able to connect with support of the partnership and the funding corp and the IDA to put together USDA applications for that. And if anyone's been following the bouncing ball, I heard earlier in the meeting the concerns on solar and supply chain issues. Meat processing is one of the linchpins within our food system, and to be able to get additional capacity on the ground, not only in Sullivan County, but in the Hudson Valley and New York State, is critical and a priority, not just for us, but also for state leadership and national leadership, including congressional and Senate leadership. So with that, we were able to pull together not just rural development USDA application, but also very specifically a meat and poultry processing expansion program, MPPEP for the alphabet soups out there, which is a unique opportunity that came out of some of the CARES Act funding and response to coronavirus federal funding made available. I think it's a highly competitive application. It's going to be over $500,000 project, almost 666,000. And I think, we'll be hearing about that coming up soon. I would say end of third quarter, beginning of fourth quarter. The only other thing I wanted to mention, and I'll just be quick here, is that, we have worked historically on not only focusing on Incubator Without Walls and Hudson Valley Bounty programs in Sullivan County, but also highlighting those stories. And if anyone has a chance to look at our website, we've had a great newsletter going on for about 4 years now. It's called The Cultivator, comes out monthly. And there are very specific examples monthly of partnerships that we work with, Tanya Hahn and Jeff Bank, Sullivan County Cooperative Extension, but then also the individual businesses that participate with us too. And so if you look through there, there's some great examples in The Cultivator, Thunderview Farms, Catskill Brewery, Seminary Hill, working together on the county ag plan over the years. So those are just some highlights as well that I'd be happy to share with everyone on the board, so you can see the impact and kind of the layers of how we work and partner together. After that, I just want to mention that HEADC has been working with our former congressional members. Historically, they have been on the House Ag Committee. We've been working very close with Senator Schumer and Senator Gillibrand. Obviously, Senator Gillibrand transferred from the House to the Senate and remained on the House Ag Committee. But that's also led to some pretty significant requests to continue to renew rural development programs, farm bill programs, and also to go into other alphabet soups, Economic Development Administration, EDA, which comes out of the Department of Commerce, as well as SBA, and we all know of the PPP programs, et cetera. So getting Small Business Administration monies available to farmers as businesses on par with other Main Street, more traditional business categories that participate with SBA, and allowing HEADC to actually access some new loan funds through the EDA that were made available through CARES Act money is very important. The last thing I'm going to mention is we've been working with Sullivan CCE on applying towards a CFA in New York State consolidated funding application coming up at the end of this month. And we would be working with the Mid-Hudson region to help farmers apply to a new grant program that's going to be available over a 5-year period to upgrade infrastructure for food safety. And Sullivan County obviously is part of that Mid-Hudson REDC. Colleen has been very supportive of it. We've also been working with Dutchess County Extension and Orange County Extension, and are working to get Ulster County Extension on board. All of those counties are counties that we have contracts with, similar to Sullivan. So with that, I'll take a breath and happy to have questions.
Impressive all you're doing.
Thank you very much for
Very
the support.
nice, Todd. Can I make a motion that we continue to fund?
You sure can. That's the resolution before us.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any
Excellent
opposed?
presentation to keeping us informed.
Yeah, the report's great. And Todd, just as a favor to everyone, anything you can do to add value to the prior discussion would be greatly appreciated, okay? That's all I'm saying, Howard. I'm moving on.
I'm okay with that. And I would just mention, I think Colleen and Melinda and Ashley are critical, and Michelle as well. And so I would love to have Colleen in on that conversation, but I was waiting
Great.
until we talked about that on the Funding Corp agenda.
Okay.
Nice, Susie.
All right. So that's been approved. So now are we, from what I'm looking at, I think we've covered the Funding Corp agenda, correct, Jen?
Agreed, fully agreed.
Walter? Okay, so we'll let, the last item of business is public comment. Is there anyone from the public other than Todd who would like to say something? I think, Joe, you're the only other member of the public.
He already talked about carrots. He's
Talked
done
about
for
his
the day.
salad or ready for
Yeah.
lunch. You want to share any dinner plans or we're good?
I was gonna expedite a Snickers bar out to Howard and Rock Hill.
Just
No,
gotta
I think
paint it
Howard-
orange.
Howard's gonna need a martini. He's so upset.
Okay,
Well, now
so
that I
with
don't
that-
have to go up, now that I don't have to go up the street to have lunch with my mother, I have all this energy.
Aw, we're sorry about your mother, Howard. We're all
And
sorry.
I
make a
wasn't
motion
looking
to
for
close the meeting.
sympathy. I just have all this time on my hands now, so I can only get into trouble.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you,
Second.
Phil. Okay, second. All in
Second.
favor? Aye. Ed seconded. Okay, we're adjourned. We have